1934 was a time not too different than today in many ways. Our country was struggling with an economic crisis and needed a boost to its collective self-esteem.
And that's when President Roosevelt created a new deal for artists. You can see the results of that effort now in Muskegon. It's the only Michigan stop for this exhibition.
Let's take a look.
Welcome to 1934, A New Deal for Artists, a special exhibition of 55 paintings that have been brought to us from the treasure trove of the Smithsonian American Art Museum. New Deal for Artists was something that was started by President Roosevelt regarding giving artists an opportunity to be considered workers, to illustrate, to write theater about, to write musical pieces that had to do with the greatness of this country, because we needed that moral stability. We needed to increase our pride in the worst of times. This is one painting that gives us some sense of that. A beautiful small town like many of us live in or have lived in, driven through, maybe visit our grandmothers in. The most important aspects of this being the river in the background, the road, and the train. Three aspects of transportation that would be so important to the growth of this country and to the continued industry of this country. This painting about paper workers. It's not a very large picture, but its height makes it extremely monumental. You have a sense of the grand scale of the machinery. And the machinery is so very important, again, to industry. And skilled labor became even more important, just as it is today. And the fascinating thing about this image is look how the artist has actually taken the figures and made them as much a mechanism, a mechanical shape, totally integrated into the work that they're doing. Another completely different example from the other two we looked at is this one about tenement flats. Look at how the artist has pulled together an intensely crowded space, flattened the picture plane, even pulled these elements together in this diagonal. With all of the figures, it's very active. The clothes on the line and so on, children and parents. And another interesting part about this, look at what would have been the beautiful Victorian houses on the top of the hill that now are probably boarding houses in 1934. The most interesting thing about this particular picture, as one example of many, it would certainly surprise any of these people sitting here, perhaps without work, wondering what the next thing would be in their lives, to think that a common subject picture like this actually hung in the White House. This was one of the works that FDR had in his reception rooms, so that when he entertained, it was a way of people seeing what was happening and how important this country still is and would continue to be. We'd very much like you to enjoy our museum and reflect upon all that this exhibition tells us about our world then and now.
Wow, amazing how you see those same circumstances, you know, coming back. Of course, times are different. Technology and certain things are, but some things are part of our history seem to repeat themselves again and again.
That's what they say. History repeats itself, and this is a perfect way for people to be able to take advantage and look at, you know, what has happened in our past
and some of the solutions, maybe
some of the
too.
Solutions.
Yeah. So this exhibit celebrates the 75th anniversary of the Public Works of Art project and brings these works from the Smithsonian American Art Museum's collection to Muskegon, just as the Art Museum is celebrating its 100th anniversary. Congratulations to them.
And today and every Thursday, thanks to Meyer, you can see it for free. It's a new deal for artists, and it will be up until May 6th. And while you're visiting, don't miss the Muskegon Museum of Art's permanent exhibition space too, where we'll know where known works like Tornado Over Kansas and Edward Hopper's New York Restaurant are part of the collection.
It really is a treasure of a museum located on the lakeshore.
It is.
We'll be right
stuff.
back.